Today, we're talking about something very real in real estate investing, and that is your ability to pivot will get you very, very far in real estate. Stay tuned for this episode. Welcome to the next episode of Same Page. We are your hosts, Sarah
and Lenard.
Today, we are bringing you a topic that is more about the real side of real estate investing. I think real estate investing is often glorified when you see it on social media and all the money it could make and the wealth it builds, and all of those things are true. But as you go on your journey to wealth and to money, there's a lot of things that you go through that isn't really talked about. So we really want to bring this out and really talk about it so that people understand the reality of entrepreneurs and real estate investors.
Yeah, and more specifically, it's that things don't necessarily go as planned. So it doesn't necessarily mean that that you have all these pitfalls and failures and whatnot, but like the way that you expect things to go don't necessarily go as planned. And along the way, even though you still attain your end goal, but there's definitely some twists, some adjustments, some pivots that have to be done along that way.
Yeah, so I think real estate investing is not only a game of knowing numbers and your math and really having a strategy, but it's really a game of mindset. And what I mean by that is that if you have a negative mindset, a lot of things, I think a lot of things in life in general, if you have a negative mindset, it could stop your growth. But specifically in the real estate investing game, once you're in a deal and you're working towards it, you're in a project, if you have a negative mindset, you could really get stuck when there are obstacles. And trust me, there are a lot of them.
And they will come.
They will come, no matter what it is, no matter what project, whether it's a lengthier project, it requires more money than expected, or whatever it may be. But you do have to have the mindset of, okay, you know what, this happened. Now let's see how we can pivot. And without that mindset, I can guarantee you're not going to be successful. You're going to have a lot more painful experiences. It's not going to be a great journey. I think just shifting your mindset to something that's a little more positive and solution oriented will get you a lot further in real estate investing. Maybe we'll give a couple of examples of how we've needed to pivot in the past in our projects. So for one, we had a property where we had a tenant who we had the right to ask for the unit to be vacant, and they just wouldn't vacate the unit. So actually, when we applied to the landlord tenant board, they dismissed their case. So at that point, we could have just throw the towel in and decided not to continue to pursue that avenue. But for us, that was like a deal breaker. Like the property, the numbers wouldn't make sense without increasing the rent. So we had to persevere. So instead of sitting there and just really wondering, do we sell the property? We went back to the LTB, the landlord tenant board, and we asked to review a case again because we didn't feel like it was fairly. We didn't get a fair chance to express ourselves, and they actually give us a second chance to express ourselves, and eventually we won. So that was one example where we had to pivot for deal and also persevere and not just dwell on the obstacle.
Exactly. And then going back, so this is going way back at the beginning of our real estate investing journey. We had one property under contract that we were going to wholesale, the Hoarder House. So we went there initially thinking that we're actually going to view the property, and we ended up sitting in front of the person's front porch for like maybe a good hour and a half, just talking. And this person was either they were so embarrassed about the condition of their place, or they were just trying to build a rapport. So I couldn't tell you what it was exactly.
Maybe sizing us up.
Sizing us up too, exactly, right? So So for us, we had to literally take that for what it was. Once again, even though we had expectations of actually going and viewing the property, but we knew that, okay, like that there was still some interest as far as her wanting to sell the property, but we knew it wasn't going to happen today. And so what we end up doing is going home, rescheduling, and then and the second time around, not only did we go and basically almost, like, I wouldn't say insist, but like we really wanted to at least view the property, but we also ensured that we had the documents in hand as far as the purchase and sale agreement, so that we can view the property and then at the same time have that discussion on how to negotiate this deal.
Yes, and I have to say, the first time we went there, that when we spent an hour and a half just talking to the sellers, when I left there, I felt it was a waste of time.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we had made it clear that we wanted to see the property, but instead, when we went home, after dwelling a little bit, I have to say, on the fact that we wasted that time, we chose to see it as, well, now they know us better.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have a better idea of who we are. Maybe they like us better, and they're more likely to actually sell us the property. And we did end up getting that property under contract.
Yeah.
So we could have just let it go, saying these people, they're a waste of time, but we decided to pivot, reach out again, reschedule, and with the clear objective, and really letting them know that this time we would like to see inside your property, opening your door and go through your living room, etc. And I think once we made that clear, then the expectation was there for them.
Exactly.
And in general, I think whether you're doing a renovation, whether you're doing a land development project, things take longer than usual. Or for land development, you might find something on the land. Maybe there's a slope that you have to address, or maybe there's contaminated land that you have to address, and hopefully not, because that could cost a lot of money. There is, obviously, you have to do as much due diligence as possible, mm-hmm. in order to find all the things that you can find prior to purchasing the property. But along the way, things do happen. And if you're not solution oriented, then it could really, first of all, put a bad taste in your mouth about real estate investing. Mm-hmm. But I think if you have the right attitude and the right mindset, and you're constantly looking on, at how you can pivot and move forward, then you can be very successful in this game.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. It really goes back to the mindset, and to be solution based more than a person that dwells on the pitfalls or the fails or the mistakes and whatnot.
Absolutely. So let us know if there's ever been a situation in real estate investing or in other projects where you had to pivot, and do you feel like if you kept with a negative attitude or didn't pivot, if the project would have failed and maybe you would have had to stop or let it go or sell it, etc., and how would that have impacted your project? So let us know in the comments, and always let us know if you have other topics that you guys want us to discuss. Mm-hmm. We're happy to do that as well. So thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to
live your truth.